Hey, back again. Just going to go with a little filler episode just to give a little bit more content while we're doing the work at the Lloyd's garage. So small little update, and I'm sure you guys will see pretty soon in the next episode. The car is up on the hoist at Lloyd's. Had a great conversation with him in the last couple of days, and we finalised all of the little intricacies that I was going to go for and that what he suggested. And one of the really cool things I thought was good to talk about, we're going to use the new single plane Edelbrock manifold that's just come out. Lloyd gave me a call and said let's go with it. He's never actually built, well, he hasn't had a chance to build do a 355 with one of these on it, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it operates. I'm pretty sure it'll crank on the upper rev range, so it's probably that torque bar, that torque curve will just keep fucking going straight through the roof. I'm really hoping once that that motor starts screaming. So yeah, it's all happening. One of the, I guess, downfalls, but in a way not such a downfall, with doing the high-rise manifold, the single plane, is that I'm gonna have to cut a hole in the bonnet. I was gonna try and steer clear of cutting any holes in the bonnet, but unfortunately, with big power comes great responsibility, so unfortunately, yeah, we're just gonna have to chop it, and I'm gonna send I got a spare bonnet on the other VN, so we're gonna send that off to a fiberglassing joint. We'll put a 4-inch reverse cowl on, and then we'll send it off and get it sprayed, color coded to the car, and then we'll use that. And I'll keep the original purple bonnet I've got. I'm gonna keep that without a hole in it in case I do decide later on to put a top mount charger on it, and then that might fit. So yeah, today I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on that, and we've decided, or I decided, that I didn't think the VN brakes were really going to cut the mustard, so I was very luckily given a set of VY SS brakes off a mate of mine that upgraded, and we have decided we're going to put those on the vehicle. So I spoke to Lloyd. We're going to use a VT brake booster and master. It's like it's a VT upgrade kit that he's done a few times. It works. Put some hubs on some hub adapters on the wheels or on the shafts, and then we'll be able to bolt those brakes straight up to it. So yeah, today I'm going to give it a crack at sandblasting these calipers. I've some big old BYSS. These are the front 2 pots, and some rears. Seen better days. There's old bad boys, but hopefully after today they're going to look nice and silver, because I'll strip all the paint off it and strip all the grime and all the crap off it, and then we'll spray them up red, make them look all Mickey Mouse. So yeah, that's I'll be completely honest with you as well. I've done a little bit of sandblasting, and when I say a little bit, I mean like 5 minutes worth, 10 minutes. I was at a mate's powder coating shop a while ago. I had a C36 AMG, and I decided to redo the calipers on redo the calipers on those. And yeah, so look, I have done it before, but it's not really that hard. And with a little bit of extra money, or even a mate who's got the sort of a benchtop sandblaster, you can just give it a crack. Fucking, as I said before many times, a lot of this stuff you don't really need to have years of experience with. You can just sort of jump in and give it a crack and see how we go. So I'll just give you a little view of the sandblaster. EG Extreme Garage, nothing special. Right out there, full of sand. You just want to plug that into the air compressor, and Bob's your uncle, off you go. So yeah, let's I don't even angle this so we can see it a little bit, and give it a little crack and see how the first one turns out. So what, I reckon that was about 30 seconds worth, and I'll just, before I stop the video, I'll just pull it out and give us a look at what it actually comes up like pretty quickly. As you saw before, it was pretty horrible, but I mean, straight away, it's already cleaned that up, and obviously I'll go over that a few more times and strip it right back, but I mean, it just brings it up really nicely. I mean, especially this side here, giving it a bit more. It's really, you know, from that to that in 30 seconds. It's really not hard to do. So yeah, we'll jump back on in a minute, and I'll show you what a couple of them look like when they're finished. Let's have a look at a bit of a top view, see how this comes out.
So it wasn't too hard doing a lot of this. Basically just cracked in and tried to cover as much detail as I could, really get into all the different areas. It didn't really matter, I suppose, in regards to doing inside of it. I could have just sprayed the outside, just got away with that, but I figured on there, may as well do it properly. Notice the rubbers here as well. I used like a lower compression or a lower grade sand, and basically didn't affect the rubbers at all. It just kept them nice and clean, or cleaned them up. It's pretty good.
Alright, done. Let's see what they look like. Alright. Alright. Not too bad at all. Wow, that's wicked. Righto, let's have a look. As you can see, it's come up pretty good. It's basically stripped everything off there that you don't want to have on it. So that is going to come up great as a base coat for whatever I want to spray. Look inside there, it's wicked. Look, all the rubbers are even come up real nice. Sorry, the lining's not incredible here, but we use like a really sort of lower, well, a finer sand, if you will, so it's not so coarse, so it won't actually affect the rubbers. It actually just cleans them up really nicely. And that is caliper 1 done, ready for paint. I'll jump back on in a few minutes, well, probably in 5 seconds for you, but about half an hour for me, and hopefully I've done all 4 calipers by then and should be ready for paint. See you soon. All right, so it took me about sort of, 45, 50 minutes an hour around there. It wasn't too bad. I think the hardest part was holding up some of the calipers for a while with the one hand. The front calipers are pretty heavy, but I'm pretty happy with the end result, and I can't wait to put some paint on them. It looks 10 times, 1,000 times better than what they look like already. So let's have a look. All right, what do you reckon? Not bad. Breeze come up really nice. I mean, realistically, we've got pretty much everything off. Like it's as far as I'm concerned, it looks absolutely mint. So I'll tape it all up. Not not bad. Not bad for a $200 little sandblasting booth. And if you saw the front ones before, the front ones were screwed. So now, wicked to go. Alright, wicked. A couple of little tiny spots in here, but you're never going to see that. It's pretty much all you're going to see is front section. That's all you're going to see. So I'll separate the brakes, give them a nice coat. I'm thinking about a PBR red. Should come up pretty nice. And yeah, all right, next I'll jump on when I've given them a spray, and we'll see how they come up. All right, so we went across the road and spoke to the cabinet makers, and we're using their spray booth. Got a little setup. Our mate Billy giving us a hand. Thank you very much, Bill. And this is my makeshift spray booth. So we're all set up to go. Rear calipers hanging. I'm just trying to use as much space as we can. I'll probably just spray the inside of these, wait till they dry, give them a flip, and then went down to Bunnings and got myself a clothes horse and made a makeshift spray booth. So it should be interesting. Using the VHT caliper paint, it's rated to about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, or for those in the best countries in the world, 482 degrees Celsius. So yeah, we'll give them a spray, give them a couple of light coats, then give them some heavier coats, and see how they all go. So I'm hoping they come up pretty good. I'm sure they will, and we'll jump back on it soon and yeah, see how it goes.
I was pretty happy to get the spray booth. Laz, the mechanic at Auto Breeze, he knew the cabinet maker behind us and said, hey, let's maybe just spray him in there. So we went across, set up a little makeshift hangers and stuff like that for the calipers to go off. It would have been much easier if they had hooks on the roof of this place, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, just got straight into it. Try not to go too hard on the first couple of coats. Pretty light, really. And then just let them dry for 2 or 3 minutes between each one. The spray booth was probably set to like 25 degrees, so it dried real quick. And then once I'd given them the second coats, just basically went a bit heavier and a bit heavier again, and they came out pretty good. I think the results sort of speak for themselves, really. It was pretty fun. I definitely do it again, that's for sure.
Rightio, well, job's done. Came up pretty good. It's pretty easy actually. Took me about an hour to do, I'd say, maybe a couple of hours at most. I think most of the time was probably just waiting for the paint to dry. It was pretty easy to use. I've done it a couple of times now, so it actually came up pretty good. I suppose the best part about having a spray booth was having that solid draft and the constant temperature, and I didn't have to worry about bloody rain because we live in Melbourne and that's what happens every 5 minutes this time of year. So yeah, pretty good. I've just called up brake and clutch joint in Prinny Road for a complete repair kit. So I'll change all the seals and get everything, you know, all the rubbers and stuff, get it all brand new, get a set of braided brake lines for them. See if I can get some slotted and drilled rotors as well, and it should look really nice on the car when it's all done. So yeah, let's have a quick little look and see how everything's come up. Wow. So yeah, as you can see, it's all pretty good. mean, compared to yesterday, what they all sort of look like was, yeah. But you know, a couple of hours work, bit of sandblasting, about 30 bucks in paint. I used about 2 cans worth. And yeah, look at that. That was the only imperfection. I think that happened when it got knocked on the way out, but it's not even the side of the brakes that you're going to see anyway, so I'm not really too fussed. Overall, an absolute success. I'm probably going to end this episode, to be honest, and the reason being is without sort of showing the footage of the brakes on the vehicle. I'll show that a bit later on, but I think by the time I get those on, it's probably going to be another couple of weeks, and I'm sure you guys are busted for another episode. So yeah, look, once I picked up the rotors and you know the VT brake booster kit and the master cylinder, the braided brake lines and all that gets wrapped up and put on the vehicle, I'll take a couple more photos and show you in the next episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.